morning, TC. This is the third episode of the GF Current, brought to you by Golden Fleece Media Group.
Let's get right into the show. Want to know something that's pretty rad? The new skate park that just opened up in West Asheville. Reporter Mia Mendez met with the owner to find out his reasoning for opening up the park.
The River Arts District is an up-and-coming area in Asheville where many locals are starting to find inspiration. Alex Robertson finds this inspiration and takes it to another level as he creates the first indoor skate park in Asheville.
And kind of fell in love with this place and was at a point in my life where I was kind of making a transition. I was in between some things and decided that I wanted to move up here.
Pursuing his passion in skateboarding after he purchased an empty building in the Free Public Art space near downtown. TC's senior, Alex Joseph, has nothing but praise to give to Robertson's innovative new park.
It's the most recent, it's all wood, and so it's the best place to go during the winter time, and it's a wood park.
The Rad Skate Park is closed Mondays and open Tuesday through Sunday, 12 to 8 and 10 to 6. Annual memberships are $60. With the GF Current, this is Mia Mendez.
Thanks, Mia. Rad Skate Park is open all year round except on Mondays.
Ever wonder what it really takes to put on a musical? Reporter Kira Ranieri takes us behind the scenes, literally, of Robertson's theater department's production of their spring musical, Roger and Hammerstein's Cinderella.
As T.C. Robertson's production of Roger and Hammerstein's Cinderella approaches, the cast and crew are already at work. While actors, actresses, and dancers take the stage, you can find the technicians literally behind the scenes of the show, controlling everything from the spotlights to the changes of scenery between each act. Sophomore Jeffrey Sanchez runs audio as well as the music for the production. During rehearsals, he assists choral teacher Alicia Baker while going over the song tracks.
So right now, while we haven't started rehearsing on the stage yet, I do the rehearsal tracks, and then whenever we actually start doing the play, I'll be doing the sound cues.
Senior Betsy Black is an assistant stage manager, whose responsibilities include blocking for the rehearsals and taking notes in order to improve the show.
You have to be willing to take direction. You have to be able to just act on your feet really quickly, and to kind of put other people before yourself.
The show takes place in the 17th century, so the costumes will be classic yet unique, because most of what they have to work with will come from donations.
I think as far as costuming goes, we've always had really original ideas. Kathleen Matheny is the head of the costume department, and she always makes us look fantastic on stage.
Ben Clark, who is the set builder, has been working for the past 2 months. He uses his spare time painting and designing in order to make the magical story of Cinderella come to life.
Hours and hours of work go into it, but it's funny because you always see these little sets. This tree might come out for 2 minutes, but it probably took 2 weeks to build it.
Sophia Jones, who is also an assistant stage manager for the show, has been involved in the theater program since the beginning of this year. She first got involved in the drama club and worked on the fall production of Harvey. She describes the theater program as a big family, saying that it has really formed everyone into a tight-knit group.
I really just enjoyed the people and Miss Leary because we put 110% effort into everything that we do in the theater program, which is really awesome.
T.C. Robertson's Cinderella is showing from April 27th through the 29th, so make sure not to miss this classic take on such a magical fairy tale. Tickets are available for $10 in advance and $12 at the door. With the GF Current, I'm Kira Ranieri.
If you didn't catch it from Kira, tickets will be $10 online, $12 at the door, and the show will be gracing the stage April 27th, 28th, and 29th.
Because spring is right around the corner, reporter Olivia Sosar checks in at the UNCA Asheville B Hotel.
The campus is all abuzz at UNCA, but it's not for a festival or a big sporting event. It's for UNCA's B Hotel.
The B Hotel is a way to supplement naturally occurring cavity nesting habitat for native pollinators.
The idea for the hotel came from a variety of different bee enthusiasts on campus. After coming together last year, the committees pushed for the creation of the hotel in coordination of the representatives from Bee Campus USA.
We decided to become a bee campus last year, and part of that process is forming a bee committee. So we got all of the bee people on campus together in one room, along with the representative from Bee City USA and Bee Campus USA.
With the help of UNCA's Design Center, The Bee Hotel was completed and opened on September 12, 2016. It continues to raise awareness for the decline of the bee population.
The Bee Hotel, in addition to providing habitat, mostly it's just a really good conversation starter, talking about pollinators, them being imperiled, and what we can do to protect them.
According to Yale Environment 360, this winter, beekeepers across the United States lost 40 to 50% of their hives. Senior Anna Beaver explains why she believes people should care for bees.
Bees are responsible for pollinating most of the food that we eat. All of the plants are mostly pollinated by bees, and without them, there would be less food.
In the upcoming years, UNCA hopes to expand their Bee Hotel impact with more connections across the campus.
We will be expanding the Bee Hotel mostly by doing these little bee nurseries, so basically mini bee hotels that we can put on other places on campus.
With the GF Current, I'm Olivia Sozar.
With the bee population rapidly decreasing, projects like this are keeping bees alive. Let's get right into the Music Minute. Today we have something a little bit different. You'll be getting an in-depth look at the GF Current special, Soundwave, where we take a look at rap artists 828 Trig and Trip Gang. Take a look.
Energy we bring together is just, you can tell we all want it and we work for it.
Just a young person just happy living.
If you want to see more, check out our website, goldenfleeceonline.com, or our YouTube channel, GF Media Group.
Next, reporter Caroline Wenzel will be taking us into Robertson's String Orchestra class.
Did you know that we have a strings program here at TC?
No. If you were to walk past the ISS room during second period, one of the first things you'd notice is the sound of music from room 2906.
Senior Terrence Shore believes that the Strings Orchestra program is underappreciated in comparison to other classes.
Nobody really knows that we have a strings program. Every time I'm carrying my violin, they're like, oh cool, you're in band. I'm like, no, not in band, I'm in strings. They're like, we have a strings program? I thought that was just in band. It's not. It's a completely different class.
Sophomore Joey Kim stresses the issues that came from not having an all-year string orchestra program in the past.
It was pretty rough because you would have one semester you would play, and then you'd have a semester break, and then if you were unlucky and played in the fall, you'd have a semester break, and then you'd have a summer break.
Freshman Megan Skelly believes that having an all-year program now will influence the strings reputation throughout the student body.
Now that we're a full year, I feel like we have a bigger chance to be able to make a name for ourselves.
To see the spring semester Strings Orchestra perform a joint concert, come to North Henderson High School on March 20th at 6:30. With the GF Current, I'm Caroline Wenzel.
Recently, the strings programs in middle schools to high schools across the county have been pushing for year-long classes, and now they have it. This will cause the classes to gain more attention at a school-wide level.
Now for a fun segment for all you romantic types out there. Reporter Olivia Sozar takes us up the Parkway and downtown to the Chocolate Lounge to find out what makes those places so special for your special one.
I'm Olivia Sozar, and I'll be bringing you this episode of Date Night. First up is the French Broad Chocolate Lounge, which is a great location for a laid-back time with the person you care about. Located in the Blue Building downtown, the Chocolate Lounge includes a tasting room, a dining area lounge, and a boutique. And just like their website says, there's something for everyone. They offer house-made ice cream, candies and fudge, and an entire menu of drinking chocolates. Still have a little extra time and looking for a place to go? After eating and exploring downtown, you can take a drive up to the Parkway for great views. According to freshman Emma Loizo, the Parkway is a great place for a date because of its amazing places to look out over the romantic Blue Ridge Mountains.
The Parkway is a good place for a date because it's very intimate and you get to explore Asheville's beauty, and it's very pretty up there and it's a good place to have a picnic or something.
The Parkway consists of over 200 overlooks. According to BlueRidgeParkway.org, there are 15 places you need to visit, including Craggy Gardens, a short hike with a 360 view of seemingly endless peaks. From eating delicious chocolate to enjoying the beautiful views on the Parkway, Asheville has some amazing places to take someone special. With the GF Current, I'm Olivia Sozar.
As fall and winter sports are behind us, spring sports are coming up. Reporter Kennedy Rucker covers some of the best highlights from this past season.
Now that winter sports have cooled down, we have officially bloomed into the spring season. And you know what that means, Ram Fam. Spring sports are here. Baseball, softball, girls soccer, boys tennis, and outdoor track have all begun their seasons. But before we spring forward, let's take a look back at the winter season. Boys basketball finished up their season 8-15 in conference. Senior Davis Phillips made all-conference, and sophomore Ty Gossett made all-tournament designation. Our girls basketball finished up their season 8-4 in conference and 18-9 overall. The Lady Rams lost in the conference tournament finals just before heading into playoffs, where they made it to the second round. Senior Cameron Jansen hit a milestone, scoring her 1,000th point this season at the home game versus West Henderson just before suffering from an unfortunate injury. TC's wrestlers finished up their season 16-11. Junior Kylan Gillian recently traveled to the Greensboro Coliseum, in which he competed in the state competition, placing 13th out of 64. Indoor track finished up their season competing in a total of 1 meet as a team, although they have competed in other events with select individuals going to states. I'm Kennedy Rucker, and this has been Ram Nation.
Let's go back to Kennedy for a look at the dynamics between playing school and club swimming.
From backstrokes to butterflies, throughout the winter you can find Robertson swimmers in the pool preparing for their next competition. The Rams swim team recently finished up their season, placing within the top 20 schools in the state competition on February 10th. Aside from TC's school team, some swimmers compete in a year-round club season as well. Sophomore Grace Reeder is new to TC's swim team. Reeder took on the school season and a year-round club team. Reeder, along with many of her club teammates, wake up and arrive at school, ready for practice by 5:15.
Yeah, I definitely try to keep up with things and not get too behind, but sometimes I do, but I'm pretty good about staying on top of it.
Junior Avery Ryan has been swimming for 11 years, including 3 years at TC Robertson. As a member of the school team, Avery practices 5 times a week, Monday through Friday, for 2.5 hours each practice.
It's just something I've been doing since I was a really young kid. It was just always been really comfortable in the water, so it's just something that's really important to me.
Junior Anna Newnham is also a member of the Piranhas, a local club team, and also swims for Robertson. Newnham believes that finding a balance between schoolwork and practice is important, but difficult.
I love being with my friends, and when you get that time that you've been striving to get and you win that race, I guess you just have that feeling where you're successful.
I'm Kennedy Rucker with the GF Current.
I can't imagine waking up that early for practice. Great job, swimmers.
Although spring has just begun, varsity baseball has been practicing since November. Reporter Emily Fine is up next to bat with an inside look at preseason baseball and their routines.
Though baseball season is already in full swing, the majority of the team have already been working together over the winter months.
Robertson baseball players keep consistent with their workouts during the off-season, going about 2 to 3 times a week. About 4 months ago, they began their intense preseason practices about 4 times a week.
According to junior Spencer Keehan, who is a utility fielder for the team, the preseason is always a key to their success.
It makes us better than all of our competition usually.
Not only do the boys have to go through intense physical training to prepare for spring, but according to freshman Campbell Connard, a certain level of mental intensity adds to the pressure of preseason.
It's fun, but it brings a burden that you don't want to let anybody else down that's on the team.
Baseball was the first spring sport to have a game this year, with their home opener being only 4 days after official tryouts. According to sophomore Jack Galbraith, practices are meant to prep the players not only to have a successful season, but to build trust and friendship as well.
It really helps you bond with the other players that you're going to be playing with during the season.
The Rams won their home opener, a non-conference meeting, and look to be one of the top teams in the MAC once again this year. With the GF Current, I'm Emily Fine.
The next home game is going to be on March 14th against the Inca Jets.
That's going to be all for today.
Until next time, TC, I'm Nathan Trees.
And I'm Zenna Smith. Stick around after the credits if you want to catch more in our extended cut.
Hey TC, the GF Current is proud to announce a new segment we like to call Rams Recipes, where we take you into one of the kitchens of your very own classmates. Let's go.
taken all the ag classes here at TC. We have an animal science, horticulture 1 and 2, environment and natural resource 1 and 2. That's what we offer here at TC. We work a lot in the greenhouse as far as planting different vegetables and herbs and flowers. In North Carolina, you have a very short amount of time that you can grow things. So having a greenhouse allows us to grow things all year round because of the heat. In horticulture, we learn a lot about organic methods of gardening and farming, and we also learn a lot about conventional use like pesticides and other chemical fertilizers. I'm a very earth-centered person. I work on an organic farm here in Asheville, and so using these different methods, I tend to lean more towards the organic methods, such as compost. And what compost is like the decaying organic matter of like vegetable scraps and peels and stuff like that that's decomposed into a type of soil that can give nutrients back into these plants. Usually someone will come in here and water them maybe once or twice a day, but we do have sprinklers that kind of water the entire greenhouse. As far as compost and just the sprinklers and watering it ourselves is our main use of equipment.
At around 7:15 a.m., security guard Tim Potts begins his daily morning routine of regulating traffic and overseeing student safety around campus. But occasionally you can hear him listening to the radio as well.
Thing you do on a daily basis?
I would say probably if you'll come down there in the afternoon and watch me direct traffic in the afternoon, that's probably the hardest.
What radio station you listen to?
105.1. Now, classic rock.
Potts' day includes checking for TCR parking stickers, stopping unauthorized departures of students, and directing traffic during the mornings and afternoons. He believes his job is important even though it's repetitive.
Well, I take care of the traffic problems, the parking things, outside security of the school.
Potts has worked through U.S. Security Association Incorporated for 11 years. 8 of those have been at Robertson. He's worked at a prison as well through a different company.
I worked for Pinkerton Securities and worked at Asheville Outlets Public Safety. But before all of that, I was with Department of Corrections Special Services for 15 years.
Robertson has both a security resource officer and its security guard on campus all day.
Do you work closely with Officer Ray?
On some things I do.
What has been the most intense incident that has happened since you've worked here?
3 years ago, the bomb threat.
How did you handle that situation?
I just did what I was supposed to do, look for anything strange.
Matt says he typically arrives at work at 6:15, an hour before his required time, in order to make sure his day runs smoothly. Though some days it may be cold, he continues his job as usual.
How does the weather affect how you work?
Well, and other things I've done, I learned how to dress for it, so may be inconvenient. It's just part of it.
With the GF Current, I'm Grace Bedingfield.
And who's TC Robertson?
Who?
Who's TC Robertson?
I don't know. I don't know this.
Who's TC Robertson?
Yes.
A school? I mean, like, what?
But like, it's named after someone. Like, do you know who that is?
No.
Oh man. Pretty sure he's an old guy, and now he's passed, I think. But that's all I know about him.
Who is TC Robertson? I am TC Robertson.
I don't know.
Who is TC Robertson? I believe it's Thomas Crawford Robertson, right? And wasn't he a principal of one of the schools around here?
Do you know what he's like most famous for?
I think he was like superintendent for Buncombe County Schools. Yeah. And they named the school after him.
Well, I go in early in the morning with my dad and we set up the dining area, and then we'll get together all the drinks in the salsa bar, and then I would usually go in the back and do a lot of prep work and chopping.
Well, I was there one time and this girl like snapped her arm in half on the trampolines. It's crazy.
I make sure that I am like on top of when I ask off and when I have shifts. So I make sure that I leave notes and just make sure that I like can manage homework on those days and whatever I'm doing like track or something else along those lines.
Because it was one of like the few jobs I hired at the age that I can hire, and it's really close to my house.
I just like the people that I work with and like the leniency they have there of like availability and stuff.